Okay, so I've told you an ellipse has standard form x squared over a squared plus y squared over b squared equals 1. Now, this is pretty close to being in this form. You've got the 1. So we could write this, well, this is of the form, and I just assert this. If a equals 1, then x squared over a squared is just x squared, right? And if b is 1 over the square root of 2, which should be written square root of 2 over 2 because you want to rationalize, but I went ahead and did this. Then b squared is 1/2. So y squared over b squared would be y squared divided by 1/2, which is just 2y squared. So whether you got this yourself or not, and you didn't because I didn't give you time, it's not difficult to put this in this form. I'll do one more example. But let's get the picture of an ellipse. Okay, well, picture of your ellipse is this. Would have been nice if that had been horizontal. Let me try again. Okay, there it is. A is this distance, B is this distance, and your ellipse is just a circle distorted to fit inside here. Not very well drawn, but you understand what I did, right? So let's quickly, we're kind of out of time, look at the ellipse you got. I mentioned z equals 16, so we'll do z equals 16. We get x squared plus 2y squared equals 16. Well, we put this into the standard form. We're going to have to divide both sides by 16. You get x squared over 16 plus y squared over 8 equals 1, right? That is x squared over the 4 squared plus y squared over, well, you got to take the square root of 8 squared. Square root of 8 is 4 square root of 2 square root of 2. That's about 2.8, okay? So you can evaluate that in a calculator and see what the picture's going to look like. It's going to look just like this one, but different. Okay? A is going to be 4. B is going to be 2 square root of 2. So, for this ellipse, A was 1, right? And B was square root of 2 over 2, about 1.4. Okay? So this ellipse not drawing this very well to scale, but this distance is approximately 1.4, and this distance is 1. So here's your ellipse. Okay? This ellipse is in the z equals 1 plane, meaning if you have a xy plane here, this is what the surface looks like if you confine yourself to a slice in this plane. Here, you know, I drew this wrong. I did square root of 2 instead of reciprocal square root of 2. This should be about 0.7, which means that the thing is wider this way than it is this way. Okay? So you can draw it right. Here, it's going to be a geometrically similar ellipse, but it's going to be 4 times as big. So if you come from the XY plane where Z is 0, up to the Z equals 1 plane, and then go all the way up to the Z equals 16 plane, your ellipse has 4 times the dimensions. Okay? So your ellipse would look much bigger. Okay? Now again, this one would be, what this would look like if rotated, because I missed that on. Okay? So it's like you've got a continuous bunch of ellipses stacked on each other, getting bigger and bigger as you go higher. Does that make sense? Can you visualize what that would look like?
I think so, kind of.
Well, your book is going to have a lot of good pictures. Okay? So hopefully this will give you enough to understand the text well enough to do the problems I'm going to ask you to do for Thursday and then for next Tuesday. Okay?